These losses really affected our relationship, I would say on every level, because if it's going to transform me as a person through and through, it's going to transform our marriage, and it did. We had incongruent grief. We were grieving in different ways at different times, and that's very, very damaging to relationships. I heard a statistic probably within 3 months of losing James that 80 to 90% of marriages end after the loss of a child, and that time that felt even more stressful. We just lost our son, but now how do we save our marriage? The way I process grief is so different than how he processes. I think immediately after James died, he was taking care of me, and he fell apart about 6 months after and said, okay, it's your turn. And that's what we did. After the last 2 losses, the 2 miscarriages in second trimester, that's when things got even worse, I think. We did pretty well managing and, really working on ourselves and our relationship, but somewhere along the way we became, in an unhealthy way, we were leaning on each other and becoming codependent and emotionally relying on each other in ways that were unhealthy. So we had a falling out, I would say spring of 2015. And that's when we found a really good counselor, really good therapist who we were paired with because she had had an infant loss, and she rebuilt us. She knew what we were going through. She saw it, and she saw that we had I remember the first session, she wanted to know our goals and to see if we had the same goals, and we did, but we had 2 different ways of getting there, and she helped us rebuild our marriage. And she's been the key. Like, now we just go for maintenance, and his company pays for it, which is fantastic. So we've found the value in couples therapy, and now we're reading books, books that will help us be better communicators. And now the losses we can look back and say they strengthened our relationship in some ways. But it's so rough on a relationship because we experience the loss differently. Yeah.